Hello my friends and welcome to my very first English Let's Play on this channel and overall. Why suddenly English, you might ask? All other Let's Plays on this channel have been German so far, because German is my mother tongue and that's just the natural thing to do. But I'll be moving to the UK for 1 year soon, and I guess I won't be able to finish this project by then. So I thought, better than just having to finish a German project when I'm starting to get used to living in the UK. Not so cool. So better start this project early, completely in English, and practice my language a little bit. So all of you are free to correct my mistakes. You see, I make often, I will do some mistakes simply because I'm double occupied with the game and the language. But if you notice that I make certain mistakes again and again, you are welcome to comment that and help me learn the language. Yes, so this game won't be technically completely smooth, simply because we're playing on an emulator. My previous Let's Plays were all recorded from console with a grabber, but the grabber's broken. Thanks for that, Windows 10. No, it's an old grabber, so you can't blame Microsoft for all of that. But yeah, so we are back on the PC on an emulator. And as you all know, emulators are 99% smooth and 1% fuck up. And yeah, we'll be playing Final Fantasy VIII, you know that, you saw the video title, and you maybe recognized the intro already. I will... I've tweaked the settings a little bit and I think they're probably fine now. Possibly I'll tweak a little bit more between the sessions when I notice things that are off during gameplay, but it should be fine now. So yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. I already started this project once and then stuff broke and I didn't continue. I don't even remember what that was. It's been a really long time now, a couple of years. And so I thought, hey, for me, the Final Fantasy, the core of the Final Fantasy series, those games that, from my personal feeling, yeah, not an objective judgment, but my personal experience, are 7 to 10, because I started gaming really with Final Fantasy VII when I was like 10 or 12. I guess it was 11 or 12, something around that. And yeah, and 8 came after, and then the others. And so, yeah, this is the only one that's missing so far. I've played the other 3, and this one's missing, yes. And so we gotta fix that. And hopefully this time I will have the chance to not make things go horribly wrong. And so we're starting. Ha! Talked through the whole overture. Nice. So, I'm not even sure if I have states here. Oh yeah, well, okay. We're gonna kill that one. That's from my testing. We're just gonna ignore that. We'll just start a new game. You know, when the game's talking, video sequence or stuff, I'm silent. Yeah. So, I think I mentioned already, this is PlayStation 1. This game came out in 1989. It said so in the title screen. So, try to put yourself in my shoes. Yeah, back then I was like a boy. All I knew nothing about gaming besides Final Fantasy VII, of course, which I played but didn't finish, I think. And like Tomb Raider 3, yeah. And then I bought this game, my first very own video game. And then I saw this intro, yeah, the one of the coolest PlayStation 1 intros you'll ever find. Yeah, this game had me riled up when I bought it. I didn't buy it, I got it for my birthday. But I started up and holy moly, I was so rigged. So yeah, we just got our ass handed to ourselves in this battle of which we have no context. And yeah, now we find ourselves in the hospital wing or something like that. Usually I am a rather fast reader, so I tend to skip texts too fast. This probably won't happen here because I'm not familiar with the English version of the game, so I can just read everything myself, and yeah, so can you. Because I'm not very good at voice acting, I never practiced that, so I can't. If I read the textbooks, it won't be pretty, really. Won't. And yeah, I think I'm gonna slow the field text down a little bit as well. Just so we are absolutely sure that you don't need to pause the video every 2 seconds to catch the text box. I hope I'm not talking too quietly. Oh well. We'll see, we'll see. So yeah, after Final Fantasy VII, this jewel of a game hit market 1 year later. And for those of you who know or have seen Final Fantasy IX, you would not have guessed that. One would think that Final Fantasy IX came out before this, because the video sequences are, so the cutscenes are of equal quality, the best the PS1 could handle, basically. PSX, sorry, it's PSX in English. But the field models just... Oh. Okay, sounds are a little bit screwed. I hope that won't be too harsh. Because at first steps just sounded... No? Ah! I think I'm just a little over... yeah. Little oversensitive of... No, sounds fine. So this is very funny. I'm controlling my own character, and the text boxes are scripted as far as I go, and I can only go forwards toward the camera. So they could have just, well, made this automatically running, but it shows, yeah, you can walk already. Only one direction, but you can walk. So yeah, Squall and our, what was the word? I'll just call it teacher for now, Quistis. Well, they have kind of a relaxed tone of conversation, which is... I don't know how schools at your place were, but we could not have talked with our teachers like that. But we also weren't fighting for our lives in school, so... maybe that's just part of the business. Oh yeah, I mentioned the school, which we the game did not tell us before. This is our school. Looks awesome. Yeah, and we have a relatively modern setting. Even I think it feels even more modern than the Final Fantasy VII setting, which is probably because all the technology in Final Fantasy VII seemed really rusty and rustic. Okay, in the slums it also was rusty, but it was really rustic, and here it's also so very, very smooth and almost futuristic. And I'm doing the rough voice again. I will regret that in half an hour. Some rules. What? Oh, hey, that dialogue is different than the German version. Cool. Okay, so I really need to read these because they not only translated them, they really localized them. There's really small details that are different. And I like these ones more. Because the German texts are just, yeah, well, as you might know, the practical exams are today at blah blah. The ones who are not participating have to do own work and yeah, stuff, important stuff, bye. And yeah, and here's it. This one's just more, it feels more natural. With, yeah, those who failed, and as you might have heard, the rumors, yes, That's just more nice. I hope this stays. Yeah. Mr. Silvercoat, Cypher. I call him Cypher because that's how he's called in German, and Cypher just sounds awful, like really, it sucks. Plus, it's almost like soap in German, so I just call him Cypher. You gotta put up with that if you're not used to it. And teacher's calling us out. Oh. But first, okay, this is our menu. I'll go about that later. Just doing some. Wait for now. That's the fast messages. Zack, dub, dubs. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I need to get used to the controls a little bit, but I think it's fine. No, analog input is a little bit numb. Better. Okay, so what's the business? The Fire Cavern. Oh, it's all fantasy JRPG all over again. Like, really? The hero's first task? Go into that cave. We don't need to find the Master Sword, do we? Yes, perfect. Okay, so the practical exams, which we want to take part in, it's just implied and it's in the manual, but it's not set in game. We want to take part in those exams, and we need to go to the Fire Grotto before. Fire Cave, Fire Cavern, Fire Grotto, whatever. And yeah, now our teacher's taken our hand and, well, yeah, we are hinted at browsing through this this console here. Of course, the tutorial is the one that we really should do, and it's saying GF data. GFs are summons, and I will go over them soon. I just... sorry. So, okay, we have a tutorial here. We also have this tutorial in our menu, so the only thing important in this point is that we get those 2 GFs. If we do not get them here, she will give them to us down at the main gate when we meet up with her. And she'll tell us, oh, why didn't you review your studies? You forgot something! Pling GFs. Which is pretty funny, because GFs aren't really a physical thing. So, yeah. Okay, so, Final Fantasy VIII has, I think, I'm probably gonna compare, of course I'm gonna compare the game to its predecessors and successors, so Final Fantasy VII and 9, a lot. Which is kinda awkward for you, because I have done those Let's Plays, but I've done them in German, so if you're not watching my German Let's Plays and just watching this one, you're kinda in a tough spot. But hopefully you'll just know the games anyways. So yeah, this has a lot of... Final Fantasy VIII has a very rich background, which you can read into, but you don't have to. And there's lots of hints and Easter eggs and stuff. And for example, this, like, the word para-magic, I've never heard it used anywhere else in the game, but it's part of the game's background, of its lore. And yeah, so yeah, the really interesting part. So magic's pretty basic, like you have a spell, you use it. But there are no MPs, so the very interesting part in this game, mechanically, are the GF. So you can read this. I'll explain the mechanics when we come to that. And I think this one was interesting as well. Okay, maybe not. So yeah, garden is this school, the Balamb Garden. See in that line? And we can read all kinds of stuff here, like, as you see, rules. It's not like we ever have to actively constrain ourselves to obey to these rules. Yeah. They're always enforced or meaningless. But you can look them up just to get a better feeling of what are the circumstances that Squall, or main character, lives in. And yeah, it's apparently rather strict. With some... yeah, well, food, weapons and magic are prohibited. That's just... yeah, in a world like this, you got some funny things you need to take care of. Yeah, the training center. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're gonna go there. Okay, I'm very sorry, but I'm not gonna look into all of this, because if I wanted to show you all the tiny tidbits of lore and jokes and stuff, then this will be a Let's Play that's far beyond 100 hours. And that's just too much. So, yeah, let's not do that. If you really want to see every tiniest tidbit which you thought, hey, why didn't you show that? You skipped that. I wanted to see that. Then you will just have to buy the game yourself and play for yourself. So yeah, I'll go through our menu. Junction is complicated, showing that at the end. Items, oh well, I'm not gonna... it's an item menu. It's not like I have to say much about that, right? It's an item menu, yeah. So we have items and we can use them here. Great. We have magic. No, we don't, but we could have magic. And what's different here is, as you see, we don't have MP. We have only HP, no mana or mana points or magic points or something like that. That's because magic is quantized here now. Okay, probably said that wrong. Sorry to all the physicists out there. Like, spells have an amount. We have 2 fire spells, or 3 fire spells, or 99 fire spells, etc. And every character can store up to 32 different kinds of spells. So 99 fires, 99 ice, blizzard, 99 thunder, 99 fear. You get the drift, yeah? And you'll see it as well. And there we can use and rearrange that magic. Our status. This one's pretty basic, yeah? I'll get into the command page later, in a bit. Ability, much later. Yeah, then we have this page, elements and status, later. GFs, that's the friendship to the different GF we have, later. And what the hell? Okay, that's a strange name, but no. That was a special technique, we'll show you that as well. These are our GF. We have 2 of them, just got them. And they are summons, but they also have no, I'm gonna do this. They also are a very central part of character progression here. Because the characters themselves don't learn any abilities. It's all about the GFs. So a GF can learn the basic commands, status increases like this. The GFs themselves can get stronger, and all other kinds of stuff. J is for junction. Talking about that in a minute. And yeah, so the GFs have all kinds of abilities. And that's really useful, because they are not our characters. No, just kidding. Okay, config and tutorial, you've seen both of them already, so next is junction. So the GFs learn all kind of cool stuff, and our characters sit next to that and cry because they can't. No, of course not. No, you can junction a GF to a character. So one or many GF, yeah? So one GF can only have one character, but one character have many GFs. And then that character can use the GF's abilities, like commands, passive ones, and also he can now junction magic. I'm going to show you that. Like, we have this ability here, magic junction. Junctions. Okay, wait, that's a really stupid wording. Let's take this one. So yeah, junctions magic, like spells, to our stat spirit. So yeah, it's really awkward to read here because it should be junctions spells to magic. As in, magic is our attribute, and magic, the first, is our spells. So you see he has both those GFs, so he has both these slots open, they're white. And if I had any spells, I could say, this spell is now associated with my magic stat. And the more I have of that spell, and the stronger that spell is, the more my magic stat will increase. So if I have 100 Ultima, and I put them onto my magic stat, then my magic stat will be really, really high. And if I then have an ultra strong boss, and of those 100 Ultima, I use 20, then my magic stat is lower, because I have fewer Ultima left. And suddenly a girl runs into us, because she's late. Weren't we just dismissed? Lesson's over. How can you be a whole lesson late? That's like, how big is this garden? We're cool. We don't say anything. Yeah, we noticed. You were in a hurry. Yeah. Okay, so a tour through the garden. We're gonna do that tour because it's not... You would think that now scripted walk through all the different areas, and luckily it's not that bad, because the designers really thought of the player here and thought, hey, well, would you like to have a scripted walk 10 minutes through all the areas, even if it's optional? They were like, no, you would not. And yeah. Yeah, there's a card game in this game. I usually don't play it, I'm horrible at it. So yeah, no. We can get cards from monsters and they have stats, and I'll probably show it at some point. Maybe. But as I said, I'm really bad at it. At least last time I tried I was. So yeah, yeah, we will not have to show this girl around in person. Because, yeah, characters who are in our group, oh, yeah. Never mind then. Let's do this first. So, yeah, we have a plan of the garden here. This is a you know what I mean, yeah? You see in the middle, in the middle it's the lift, and then there's a big circular area where you can walk, and then the different wings. And yeah, so this yeah, this I'm missing the word. This sign, it's a big sign basically, and it not only shows where the different things are, which you actually learn pretty fast, but it also allows us to move there immediately by clicking at one of the wings, at least for the start of the game. Okay, so yeah, he's basically doing all the basically the squad's doing all the explaining now, so not much for me to say. Yeah, rest and change. Changing is only done, I think, 3 or 4 times in the game. It's not like we have different costumes. That came into was later. But sometimes it's important.